So I'm right here at the Kennedy subway station where the new Eglinton LRT has started to operate. And I'm quite familiar with this place because right there, those brown brick buildings that you see, they're Rainbow Village compound. It has 2 buildings and some townhouses in the middle. It's a very well designed building. I used to live there from 1997 to 2001. And during my graduate students days, I would come to this transit station, walk underneath the bridge from my residence to here, and then take the Bloor Danforth line to St. George Station, and then from there to Queen's Park. And that's how I traveled for most of my student days at the University of Toronto. So, interestingly, this place, from a land use perspective, hasn't changed at all. And that's where the challenge lies. I know what we teach in transportation planning and land use planning, and we try to first convince ourselves of what we have believed it to be the case, that higher order transit almost always results in land use densification and intensification. Now, some would promise this for the new Line 5, which is the light rail transit, but behind this very building, behind this new structure of the LRT station, is the Kennedy subway station that has been here for decades. And now that I'm walking here since I left 21 years ago and I was a resident in these buildings, I must admit that I don't see much land use change. So if higher order transit is justified on the basis that it's going to increase land use around it or densify it, that's not the case. And the bus that you see going in the distance is 34 bus, the bus that I routinely took when I had to go westbound on Eglinton. And that bus continues to run and will probably run, because if your destination is between 2 LRT stations, then obviously you have to rely on the bus. Here's the timeline. The Eglinton line is running at a headway of 7 to 8 minutes. And the Bloor Danforth is 4 to 5 minutes. It makes sense, it's a weekend and it's a weekend afternoon. Usually there's not much demand there. So we'll go downstairs again and make our way back to Mount Dennis from where we started our journey. The travel time is roughly an hour. It took us a little longer on LRT, even though the posted travel times are 55 minutes. And the reason for the difference is because one of the trains stopped at pharmacy and turned around, and we had to take the next one in. And the question is, how much time do you save? If we were to drive right now from here to Mount Dennis, we would take Kennedy to 401 and then south to Mount Dennis. That's about a 37-minute commute on 401 by car. And LRT is offering us about an hour, so it's much longer, 37 versus 60 minutes. But from a transit point of view, the other choice is the Bloor Danforth line, which is number 2, and that takes about an hour and 16 minutes. So by transit, this mode, new LRT from terminus to terminus, is saving us 16 minutes. Again, a train has just pulled in, and you could see people disembarking from the train, and it says the next train is here. So we're going to stop and board the train. This is the next train going back, and we're boarding the train.
Okay. So it's another adventure.
Yes.
We're on an adventure. Magic school bus.